Good morning. Myself K.K. Durga Prasad, lecturer in geology, Nagarjuna Government Degree College, Autonomous, Nalgonda. Economic geology is kept in a final year 7th paper. I am going to give a introduction class on the economic geology. It's in a 7th paper, right? What is the economic geology and what is its study and what is its usage? They have to abstractly how to discuss with you. All right. Then what is the economic geology? There is so many subjects are studied relative all branches of the geology: mineralogy, optical mineralogy, crystallography, petrology, structural geology, right? Paleontology, stratigraphy. But these are all not related with the socio-economical conditions. To the nation, you have to represent with something, explore with the something into the society. That is the economic geology. Is just like a crown, right? Like a subject, totally geology. Understand how to give you a illustration. What is the economic geology? It deals with the economic minerals. What is economic mineral? This is all comes into the job. But I will give you a small illustration. When you go somewhere, the people will earn so many money. Businessmen are there. They studied and they left the studies and they become a businessman. They will stand there. We ordered something. We will ask, what boy? What's your father? Oh, yes, I know him very well. What are you doing? I am doing the geology. Geology. What is geology? What is the geology? What is the use of it? And some type you have to explore like this. Sir, I can measure what is the extension angle and I can observe what is the foliation. I know all these things. I like this thing. What is your representation to the society, human civilization and total nature? How you are helpful to the, he will ask you. Then he will ask you definitely. He will say, ask you definitely. Suppose I know the engineering people, they are gives the maps to the buildings and their role is in the construction of a dam, buildings, everything. A doctor is there, MBBS student, he will save the lives, that science. Like that, what is your geology? What is your representation and how you are helpful to the society and economy of the nation? You are not be blurred. You have to ensure yourself and you have to give best answer. Then you have to answer him. Sir, engineering may give you a plan for the building or a dam, whatever it may be. But this dam or a building, where he has to build or not, that decided by us. That is the geology. Means the study of the earth is the geology. Oh, that much interest, very good. He will say that. And whatever it may be, that much distance on the table, your water bottle is there. Water is today, it's become a important mineral in our life. It's taken in life. We are getting the water is a difficulty one now. It's become an economical mineral. Todd says, David Keith Todd says, really that words today it's coming to the implementation. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. All the boats did sink. Water, water everywhere, all the boats did sink. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. The water is become that much precious mineral. Okay, because of the balance of the salinity, seawater and fresh water is disturbed in the nature by the human gas or nature. It's a different thing. We have to say that. this water, what if we can be expected zones where they are having their abundancy, and where they will be reserved, and where the groundwater is applicable, available. You can study and we can give the suggestion, most probability to the water. Oh, very good study. Come on, take your seat. We will offer a chair to you, and we will also study about the gold, where it is in what kind of rocks the gold will be occurs, and diamonds also in what kind of rocks we will be saying. Oh, it's very good, very good. Offer a tea also if it is good. Like this. This is an illustration just I give it. But in come to the subject, what is the economic minerals? First of all, the economic mineralogy will deals with the economic minerals. Then what is the economic minerals? In first year, when you are entered into the subject of the mineralogy, especially in the mineralogy, first of all, you will discuss the types of rocks and minerals. What is the mineral, which is the solid, will be homogeneous material, all these things. Then after that, he will divide the minerals into the two groups. One is the rock forming minerals, second one is the ore forming or economic minerals. Rock forming minerals means which are takes an important role in the construction or manufacturing or itself nature, it will be being a rock. What are the economic minerals? There we will be left the economic minerals. The lecturer will say economic minerals will be you studied in the final year. Now we have to take, because of we are discussing about the minerals and rocks, we will go through this minerals of rock forming minerals, and you will kept before you quartz family, feldspar family, pyroxene family, amphibole family, garnet family, like this you will study. The economic minerals will be little much neglected there because of not necessary the syllabus as per. We will have to study in the final year the 7th paper. Then what are the economic minerals? Which are having the economic value in the market. Then you have to go for the commerce and economics, which are having the economic value in the market. Which one? The iron and gold will having the same value? No. Which are useful to the nature and human being and it is civilization, and they are occurring in the low volumes, they will always have the high value. Which are high usages, they will have the high demand. Which are have the high demand, they will becomes the economic. Which are having the high demand, they are compulsory, the demand will be high, the value will be high. Like this totally belongs to the, I told you, we are not the economist, we are a geologist, right? What is the market and what is the value, what is the value, this is all comes to the commerce and economics, that is, right? Okay, we leave there and we comes to the minerals. About the 2000 minerals are invented by the man. 2000 minerals. In 2000 minerals, only we know the usages and what their role playing in the earth are only 200. Remaining minerals about that we are not having a certain idea, and what is the usage of that minerals. 2000 minerals we are invented. In the about the 50 to 60, not more than that, they are the rock forming minerals which will be seen. Suppose some of the minerals are the economic minerals. Then the left of the minerals we don't know what is the usage. It's in the study. The scientists are always, they are in the study. They are really great fellows. They are the backbone to the every science. They are not on the screens just like a film heroes, right? Then the economic minerals, which are said to be economic, I told you, in the economical means in the market value, which are useful to the human beings, they will get the value of the economics. They are treated as the economic minerals. Then here in economic geology, what are said as a economic minerals and what are they? They given a tabular form. These are the economic minerals. You have to go through this. You have to read out all these things. Those are the economic geology. For the every, suppose Batman, Lindgren, okay, Vogt, okay, all these scientists, Johnson, they are all studied about the economic minerals and economic geology. They prepared a form just like a tabular form, just like Excel. What are the economic minerals? How we have to classify them? The classification is one of the challenge to the scientists. They made the economic minerals classification. Carefully hear me. They made a economic minerals classification. First they divided the economic minerals into the two. Those are metals. The second one is the, it generally says non-metals. This is the metals means this is non-metals. But first it is just like only what you are thinking. This is the metals, first one are they divided. Second one is the non-metals. In other words, in modern words, those are the industrial minerals. Means metals one side, industrial minerals one side. Then we have to first enter into the metals. How they are classified, the metals. If you go through this class, they classified the metals and industrial minerals in a certain pattern and order. They began from the precious metals. First what? Precious metals. Carefully hear me. If it is possible, you better to write it. Otherwise, you go through the book. Book is having all this material, right? Some books are not giving that, but concerned books are giving these all tables. In metallic classification, first comes the priority goes to the precious metals. What are the precious metals? Precious means very, very, very high economic values and very, very valuable and economically high. Their usage is high, very valuable and economically in the currency it's high. What are they? In precious metals, A, B, C, again we have to divide them. First side heading is, you are following, precious metals. First one, gold. Second one, silver. Third one, platinum. These three are said to be precious metals. Maybe some of the people will have they will feel difficulty because of, sir, platinum is more valuable than the gold. Then why it is kept downwards? Gold is first. Because of, from the before Christ, thousands of years, 8,000, 18,000 years before, from man and in man's civilization, along his man's journey, the gold is along with him, so that we are given that respect and we given that value and we given that place in the first. The gold is the precious metal. And other reason also there, when we are discussing the gold, I will tell you why the gold is having the value today, right? So that we kept the gold in that. At the gold, before that we have to write cranarite, amalgam, electrum. These are the ores. From them, the gold will be extracted. From the same classified, described that this is a gold and the gold ores, you will be confused. So that I go for only the economical metals. This is the gold, right? Gold is the take first importance, priority. Then second, you go for the silver. Silver is also in the ornaments and everything. Silver is the second valuable. You know, silver is the highest conductivity metal of the electricity. But mostly we use the copper, but because of its a very high value in the economical value, so that we are prefer to use the copper. But actually the silver is having the highest conductivity of the electricity in the defense purpose of so many countries, including the India, America and China, whatever it may be, Japan. They uses the in the important offices the silver wiring, because of the conductivity will be very high. That is the silver important. Then we come to the platinum. Platinum is the highest value because of today it's having, and we don't know, it is known as the actually platinum is not a single metal. It is a bunch of metals. It is the aggregation of the metals. Rhodium, ruthenium, palladium, osmium, iridium. What I told now all, those are all the metals. Combinedly we are giving the name that is the platinum. Right? This platinum is now is necessary mineral, become as the metal as for the space operations and for the journeys and some other. So it's become the more valuable. It is a more valuable metal. Right? That is the platinum. Some people says that is not belongs to the earth. After the earth formation, sideroids, meteorites, asteroids, like that it will enter into the earth. That is all a different matter to discuss all these things. But these are the precious metals: gold, silver and platinum. Then we will end the first one, precious metals. Then we have to move toward the next one, that is the ferrous metals. What are the ferrous metals? Ferrous means iron. We know that, sir. Iron and their associates, and which are used along with the iron, these are all kept in the ferrous metals. What are the ferrous metals we are going to study? Suppose in the precious metals we studied gold, silver, platinum. As like in ferrous metals, what are you going to study? Ferrous metals we are going to study. First place we'll use the iron. Iron is the fourth abundant metal available in the earth crust. So that for the every missionary we are using the iron. That much importance is there. Manganese, next one. First one is the iron in ferrous metal. Second one is the manganese. Manganese having the so much value after the industrial revolution, because of without manganese iron will be becomes waste material. Right? How? Let's discuss later. Means iron is the first one, manganese is the second one, and next one, chromium. Chromium also comes into the a specialty is there, nichrome. In filaments we will use that. It's the abrasive metal and it's only having the one ore, right? Chromium, Cr, right? That is comes into the ferrous metals. It is along the ferrous in combination. Fe, you can find that FeCr2O3, FeOCr2O3. That is a chemical composition of the chromite. This is the chromium Cr. Next will comes titanium. Titanium will be discussed thoroughly in the light metals actually. But as per its chemical composition and occurrence, it will be kept in the ferrous metals along with iron, manganese, chromium and titanium. You well known about the titanium. After the Titanic picture is came that titanium is known as the wonder metal, future metal, because of most of the usages we don't know, but it is having the high reflection and refractive index, immediately glares that, so that Titanic when it's totally collapsing into the sea, it's dipping into the sea, by that glare only, the people are gone to help them, they saved some people. That is the titanium is helped in that operation. That is the titanium, right? That usage will be in the medical field also there. This is the ferrous metal. Then we go for the non-ferrous metals, which are known as the non-ferrous metals. Means here other than ferrous metals. Can we take this word? No, it's not good. Because of other than ferrous metals means there is so many metals are there. So that what they are done, non-ferrous metals, in bracket base metals. This is very important, you remember, in the classification. Why they are named the base metal? Which are in the non-ferrous metals? Copper, lead, zinc, nickel, all are kept in the non-ferrous metals are base metals. Why they are named as the base metals? That is important. Because of that they are entered into the base metals. Base means, suppose when we are studying in the early subjects of in our childhood, there are the branch ages there. Early ages in the man's civilization, branch age is there. Means branch is a metal. Man know in that time. The total alloys are formed by the mixing these metals only. So that those are known as the base metals. Like copper, lead, zinc, nickel. Suppose copper and zinc, it will give brass. Copper and zinc plus little much of tin, it will give bronze. Copper, zinc plus phosphorus, bronze, gunmetal. And copper, nickel, German silver. Like this, the combination of metals of this belongs to the non-ferrous or no. These base metals gives the alloys. Those are known as the alloys. In the olden age also, in the eras, the man knows the brass and bronze. Okay, all of these because of they named as this. Those are the base metals are non-ferrous metals. Right? Simply you are followed now. Precious metals we discuss. Roughly, whatever it may be, we take a glance only in the introduction. Then, ferrous metals, whatever it may be, we kept over, that is iron, manganese, chromium. Then we entered into the non-ferrous metals or base metals. That is very important, that why it is known as the base metals. I give that copper, lead, zinc and nickel, their combination will give the totally alloys, so that they are named as the base metals. Today also they are playing very important role. They are playing the important copper. Without copper we can't expect our Indian electrical field, because of every winding will be having the copper, right? In modern civilization, lead for the inverter batteries or everything to preserve the electric volume, power in that. Like that, so many usages are there. So that they kept the in academic metals. Then, little much fastly, I move towards the next. What is that? Light metals. Light metals means itself it's having the name in the light. They are having the lightweight, low specific gravity. Generally in human's life, in your regular life, which metal will be seems to be very low specific gravity or low weight, lightweight. Immediately says, or comparatively iron, the aluminum is the light metal. We don't know the magnesium actually. Sincerely, when we have to go to that, when you are don't act, try to know that. Okay. In my general life, I never observed the magnesium actually, only aluminum well known to me. Magnesium, aluminum, I told you titanium both times, in that also, and beryllium, lithium. This is become very forward in the modern era of these decades. This is known as the light metal era. Why you tell me? When you go for the fuel is become more valuable and cost. It's in the economical fields, in the market. Then man searched how to the consumption of fuel will be take it it's into the low levels. Low consumption is become a necessary to us. You take a cycle or you take a bike, same company, same. You do it from the 50, it is manufactured in 2020, right? 2020 manufactured bike, you see that there is so much wage difference will be there. Why? We are giving the preference to the lightweight to save to the low consumption of the fuel. Either it may be petrol, either it will be gas, natural gas, whatever it may be. The low consumption is, we have to protect the fuel deposits, so that we are giving the importance to this light metals. Like that, immediately light metals means what will be happens? The flies, right? Airways, it will be aeroplanes, jet planes, satellite, right? They are all made with the light metals only. Suppose but light metals are having the low hardness, but it's wrong. When the aeroplane construction, light metals are very low, but they are, suppose aluminum and magnesium added with some other metals and minerals, it will equivalent to the steel's hardness, so that iron will be, because of iron, this is of the aeroplanes need also hardness, because of when they are flying with the 1000 speed, hundreds of kilometers speed it's going, that even a single hot birds are crashed that plane, it will be damaged. So that hardness also necessary to that total bodies. So that now recently I saw that, observed that some of the land vehicles also, means on the road vehicles also become with the lightweight. They are using the aluminum and magnesium and other metals in the making of the vehicles. When I am seeing a picture, my friend along with is also geology concerned and other concerned of the philosopher. He said that, Durga Prasad, you are always saying that there is a Land Rovers. Today's pictures, the villain will comes into the 20 number of vehicles, hero will comes in a 20 member. Those are all vehicles are the Land Rovers, some company is there. Total, all those are all, I wondered that they are the aluminum and magnesium mixture. What is the combinated metals? Because of they made into the light metal to consumption, to take the consumption. Like that, light metals have the played important role. Beryllium, this lithium is very valuable, and they are used in the space rockets, satellites, right, jet planes, because of more, right, slowly, and they are also having the refractive values. This is the light metals. Then totally the classification over. Then what is the next one? They are all kept in the other metals or miscellaneous metals. Miscellaneous metals means what are the mercury, you left it, molybdenum, tungsten, right? This zirconium, this is that. Before that, we have left one kind of classification, that is the radioactive metals. Before enter into the other metals, also one side heading you have to take that radioactivity metals. Because of I left it, because of it is will be discussed in the fuels, but as per it is the table we have to follow and we have to respect it. As per it, it is the radioactivity metals. What are the radioactivity metals? Uranium, thorium, zirconium, samarkasite. These are all given in the table of like that. They are the, this is radioactivity metals. This is the metals classification. Then non-metals classification. Non-metals are industrial minerals. I told you, we have to use the word industrial minerals. In that industrial minerals, rocks, abrasives, refractories, chemicals, clays, piezo crystals, precious stones, right? Optics, fuels, ochres, right? Insulators, all will be discussed one by one. Then the classification will be over. Right now only today we completed the only metals classification, like that precious metals, ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals, light metals, radioactive metals, other metals like molybdenum, tungsten, okay, mercury, tin, right, zirconium, like this. But next class we have to, what I said, rocks and refractories, abrasives, fluxes. These are all the biggest list is there. You have to go through this book. You have to separate them and you have to by heart them. Means not like a child you don't by heart. You have to understand this. What are the metals and what are the industrial minerals, and take separately and study. And it's what is them, get into your mind why they are kept in this group, why they are kept in this in group. What is the refractory? What is the abrasive? That will be discussed later in the when we are discussing the this industrial metals. Today we completed the metals, okay, in the first introduction class of economical geology. I hope you are all followed. Thank you. Right, I am ending the session. All right.